my phones, all that wonderful stuff. So here I am trying to get things set up. I'm not even in the studio because this phone here is dead, and this is what I use the microphones for. And if I'm on there without a microphone, I'll be getting complaints. So I'm back in this room for right now. Now I am looking, get to my channel, get all this stuff taken care of to where I can get this done. What's up, Kipper? All right. What's up, Jayhawk? Trying to get to my channel so I can get my comments and all that down here. What's up, Hot Wheels? All right, yeah, I was down here. Ooh. What's up? I was on my way. I took the tractor all the way out to get gas at the gas station, and then Justin was messaging me, and I'm like, oh man, it's Tuesday. So here I am. Took a little while here. Get this going. There we are. Red Eyes, Marcus, what's up? Rob, hey buddy. Oh no. Yeah, Clayton, I forgot it was Tuesday as well. Mir, Paul, Major Roads. Put dual motor mount for Creighton 8S Outcast, 2 Castle 800 cable units, a 16S. So it's a twin 8S system. It's not really 16S. But twin 8S systems, that's pretty powerful though. Discovery, what's up? PPS. Yeah, I messed with some PPS a while back. They had I think it was the original conversion mount to put the 2028 size motors in there. Well, I'm back in the house for right now because this phone here I can't run the microphone on, and if I don't have the microphone on, because this phone right here is pretty much dead, I've been getting complaints about how bad the sound is. So here I am for tonight, back in the house. You can see I've, instead of RCs in here now, I've got pretty much Executioner parts. So it's kind of like my shipping area now. Mars again, watching from Paris. Dang, buddy. There's a lot. Yeah, Marcus, you probably did. Wishing it was Friday. What's up, Chainsaw? That's a lot better than the area you live from. This is the best view. The best view right here? I got a bunch of junk back there. At least there it's like, you know, a little bit more focused. Let me see here. Let me go grab something real quick. All right, hang on. All right, here we go. This time I've gotten close to the fridge. I can actually have something to drink. Big deal. I was about dead last time. Oh man. Friday, I wish it was Friday now. Work, last break, split shift. Score homes out between one pre-order. Oh man, I forgot to even get on that. Are there any more left? I forgot to see if I can get on that. Let me see where we at. Was it just under motors? All right. I guess I got to search for it. Brushless, is it there? He doesn't have it at the very front page. I guess I got to search for it. 2 in 1. Here it is. Okay, I guess it says out of stock again. I guess I missed the pre-order on it. Oh well, one day I'll get one. Let me see. Stock Rift tires. I have stock Rift tires back there? Oh yeah, I do have stock Rift tires. Huh. They're actually good tires, honestly. How many Executioners are out there? Around 130, 140 of them or so. I got 4 of them myself. Get a razor. Oh, I'd love to have a razor, but I got no use for it here, you know? Showing soda. Yeah, no, it's showing soda. I just had to find it. And then to find the thing, I had to search for it. It should be like front and center on the page when it goes, you know? Yeah, Justin. Man, I was on that tractor and, man, there's like 3 intersections I got to get across, okay? I'm going through, I look, nobody's turning in. I go across and here comes some stupid woman. Sorry, ladies. She had to be the dumbest woman. She almost ran into the ditch trying to get in front of me to make the turn versus turning in behind me. My God. I hope she was able to read my lips as that dummy I had to stop for. Jeez. I'm like, come on, people. Have just a little bit of common sense to your brains. That is apparently not a thing anymore. I'm not sure if it ever was for this particular person. All right. That's right. Oh, Clayton, I found a box early today. So I should be able to get all your stuff packed up. So, yeah. Jayhawk, the Executioner is actually, as far as getting the chassis and parts and pieces, is actually kind of cheap compared to some of the other ones that are out there. I don't really think I priced it that high, to be honest with you. I want a good rock climber, Leroy. Well, you can either get yourself a Vanquish RTR stance and go, or you can build one. Thank you, Robert. Justin, I agree, and I'm one of them. Leroy Thomas. $500 for a RTR, $600, and they go up from there astronomically. What's that, Robert? What would you recommend for a 525 Tusk? A 525 Tusk, I just go on Amazon and I'd see if I can find one that's about 25 millimeters wide. Something narrow, because that's a narrow tire. Oh boy, transfer case. Man, I miss driving my old truck, but I don't miss working on it. Well, if you blew a rod out the bottom, that can usually cause issues. Now, Justin, if he gets the 2.2 carbon fiber wheels, is that what you're telling him to get? I got this brass that'll fit those. No, it is not, Marcus. No, it is not. Pat, thank you, buddy. I was just watching the V2 crawl video and had a question. Will a servo on axle work with the Executioner? Does it need to be behind? No, you can put a servo on top of the axle. You just may not be able to use the battery stuff like that. In fact, some guys are ordering it without that because that's what they're going to do. So, and if you got the servo on top, like with the Capra axle or like an actual Capra axle, then yeah, get the rails, the skid, get the chassis braces, which I've actually got some new 7075 aluminum braces right here. Get an electronics tray and the body mounts of your choice. Then the links and all that, which my links shipped, so I should have an actual VRD link kit soon. So with that, we should be able to put VRD links right up to the thing, or VRD axles into it, without having to manipulate and come up with stuff. I go for how much that truck go for. Leroy, just go on A-Main and look up the Vanquish stance. I've actually organized, I've done some of those builds. In fact, my Superlight SV1 and SV2 were on the $16 carbon chassis off of Amazon. At least, I think one time it was $14, one time it was 17 or 16. But yeah, dirt cheap. You can absolutely do it. But back in that time, we had the SCX 10.2 Raw Builder's Kit that you can get for about $200. So times were a little different back then. Pat, you wonder if your truck is thinking about you. It is not. It is not. I apologize. I hate to say it, but it is not. Bunch of cars in orange and living the Provo bike. Okay. Got 1,000 turbo now, and it's night and day. 800 could take a beating. Man, every time I see on YouTube, they got them side-by-sides out there. And all they do, they like cruising around, they hit a pine cone this high up, and boom, suspension arms go flying. I'm like, what? They do a simple little roll on the side, and, you know, arms are broken all the time. I'm like, geez, are they that fragile? Because it just seems like they break when you look at them wrong. OG's Nitro. Should I do my dual Reese 800 that I keep doing a brownout? Okay, if you keep having a brownout, you need an external BEC on there. So an external BEC, the Reese Easy BEC or the Castle 10 amp BEC. If you get a Castle, you got to find somebody local if you don't happen to have it, but you got to Castle link them things because for some stupid reason, they always come at 5.1 volts. You got to Castle link them and turn the BEC voltage up. If not, I don't know why they do that, but they do. It should at least be 6 volts out of the box, but they're 5.1 for some stupid reason. Have you gotten to take the Losi Sprint out to the dirt track yet? We had it out there, the clay dirt oval. Now, today I took it for a run. I did a speed run with it, got 25 miles per hour, which is about what I expected. I didn't really expect a whole lot out of it, to be honest with you. However, when I got back, I wanted to try something on low-cut grass, or like winter grass here, which is, you know, about this high. Man, that thing was a lot of fun. I was blasting through, jumping it, getting some air. It was a lot of fun, man. So I'm totally fine with racing them on grass like that. Now, tall grass, like if you live in a housing development or a subdivision or something, and you got grass like this, you can forget it. But if it's beat down grass like, you know, this tall, man, it was actually a lot of fun. It was getting air and everything, and I got it on video. I got to get that edited and put up for you guys. When's it in somewhere? I told them I was front and rear. Color came down a couple $300, $400 bill a month. Bring down the word. Okay. Got a Yamaha Viking bulletproof Novak. Dude, cheap Amazon builds can be okay. You get stuck with junk axles. Many times that I've seen these before, Pat House, like what you're talking about, the axle housings are actually okay, but the internals are junk. Now, with that said, I do believe they're getting better internals though. But if you're going to buy absolute bottom dollar axles, you're going to get bottom dollar performance. Fern Solo, what's up, Kurt? Well, see, I've got space for a grass oval, but when you guys see the video, you know that little water puddle I got up there? Well, I was actually doing an oval into and out of that jumping, and then I didn't make the jump and plowed the wall pretty hard, but still, it looks like a lot of fun. But we got to start getting them out here, you know? It was clay. It had a lot of sand on top of it where it wasn't prepped. So Doug, didn't miss much. We're talking about how fragile side-by-sides are. Can you ask someone from Axial if Creep 6 would pass tech inspection for Axial Fast? Clayton, let me see. Creep 6. It has... Hang on. I actually still have your truck inside right here. All right. So let's look at your truck, Clayton. All right. Your truck has axial capper front end. Okay. Axial capper. You got that. It has an axial capper transmission. Now, the frame shock, the shocks are Proline, so you should be good to go there. They're not the Traxxas shocks. Hobby Wing fusion system. It's got a Reese 99 micro for the dig. It's got a 777 for the steering. You can see right there. The rear axles, those are obviously Traxxas. What you do is when you take it to tech inspection, right? You take it up there, but you wrap your shirt around the back axle so they can't see it. I mean, this right here is full axial. Boom. You're good to go, buddy. Especially if you keep this plastic housing, which is actually pretty decent. But I mean, the transmission and front axle are full full axial, so axial. This is why I was using capper axles back in the day. They had all that good turn to them. Now the Mias just goes way beyond this. Marcus Andrew, yes, Entergy is hit or miss. If I was to put a plate compactor back there, it would probably drop 4 inches just because of that land back there. That's what I'm thinking, Marcus. Max Paul, what's up, buddy? I do think I had Creep 6 up there, yes. I don't know that I did a whole lot with it, but I did have some of it in there. And Jorah is actually getting better, believe it or not. Gems RC, what's up, buddy? As far as Creep 6 go, man, I just bring it. I mean, you know, just bring it up there. What axles? Oh, I know what axles you've got. You've got the Mias axles for your Executioner build. Oh, man. I want to tell you guys something, but I really can't. Possibly big news, but I can't. So therefore, I'm teasing you all with the possibility that I'm going to leak some kind of really big news, but I can't. Which I shouldn't have even said it. It just happened to pop up on my brain. So, but regardless of all that, I can't wait to see what comes out of this. I can't even whisper this because honestly, I only know a little bit about it. A little bit about it, man. But all I can tell you this for sure is if you want an Executioner, you should probably grab one. But anyway, I'll leave that alone. What color is it? I have no idea what color it is. None. But I do like shiny things. I'm not going to mouth anything. You guys can't lip read it. It would be a collab, yes, Pat, but a collab on a different scale. I can't even tell you what scale it is. No, I did not sell out, but I'm going to tell you right now, if I was to get a phone call from somebody that was serious and they said, Joe, I'll give you $5 million for your channel and website, guys, I would have to go with it. I mean, I would have to. But I would also put it in the contract that I could restart everything just simply under my name, Joe Collins RC. You know, I would restart if that was to happen. So, because I really enjoy what I do for a living, you know. I enjoy being able to go and see and do all that. So I would have to restart. I would have to put that in there, like you're saying, the non-compete, all that stuff like that. Yeah, that would have to be in there, or the lack thereof. Yeah, Clayton, time to remove that tattoo of yours. See, 2 million, I would do it too, you know, but it's like I would probably think about it at 2 million, to be honest with you. I would have to think about it. It might take 42 seconds for me to think about it. It might take a day. I don't know. I don't know yet. No, I'm not spilling any beans at all, any way whatsoever. Man, I did that little, I did this, I can't even show it to you because of copyright. But I did a TikTok, and it's actually doing good. I can't believe it. As in, like, it's actually getting almost 100,000 views on a TikTok. That's never happened before. V2 rails are on the website right now. Silver, blue, and black are available. Well, Vidifon possibly, yeah. But okay, now you got me messed up. Okay, now you got me messed up on that one. But regardless of all that mess, how's everybody doing? Because now my brain is just completely messed up. What is my take on the GX Hyrax? Okay, good. Get me back on RC here. Honestly, for me in my area, I feel the Hyrax are overrated, which is why you don't see me run them. Here is pretty much J Concepts territory. I mean, I like the Iron Rocks, but here the Megalithic just owns the place. I mean, the Iron Rocks are nice. I love how skinny they are, all that. I mean, I would love to get my own tire, and I am trying to get my own tire. The problem is the cost of the tire mold. And then, let's just say I got a tire mold, the tread pattern I want, all that. Then you've got the compound. And if the compound's not right, tire's gone. Tire's useless. The compound has to be right. Everything. Can I fill you in? We've talked about side-by-sides and all kinds of stuff. Vidifon got some nice TRX housings, man. They really do. All right. Is everything flowing smoothly, or is it just this old phone? Yes, Cherry Coke. No, I'm not launching any crypto. You know, I was looking at the XRT today, as a matter of fact. I've got J Concepts got a new X-Max body, and it comes with body posts and everything. I've got the body posts on, got my little pictures and shots of that I can add into the intro, because I'm trying to do my intro and do the cutaways to show what I'm talking about. This way, I don't have, you know, a minute, 2 minutes of this and then hands working on stuff or whatever. I can try to get it all done in 30 to 45 seconds at the most, and then get right outside and right to the action, you know? At least that's what I'm trying to do. And I got this weird idea. I don't know if I can do it. I may try it. If I try it, I'll probably put it up for channel members just to see what you guys think about it. But in my editor, obviously you can split screen, right? So what I'm thinking of doing is bringing Dave out of retirement and actually having him start a video, but have him step to the side and then me step over here. I think I can stitch this together to where it'll look like one screen and there's two of me. And then I've got to time my speech back and forth and all that. I think I can do that. I might try that. If I can do that, then I'll probably upload it to channel members and just get you guys' opinion on that. All the rails that I have on the website are V2. There are no more V1s on the website. So every rail you see, the blue, silver, and black, they are the V2s. Okay? So all the V1 carbons are gone. You will get the V2 rails, believe me. And the difference is, let me see here. I don't have one handy here. I can go get one if you want me to go grab one, and I can explain the differences to you. I think I should. Give me about 20 seconds. Fat guy's gonna run. Oh. I got the rails. Woohoo! Now, whenever I get into camera like this, I always suck in. All right, let me see here. The RS1 servo. Yeah, I was doing some fifth scale servos. Man, I tried those servos you guys mentioned. I actually sent them pieces of junk back. They were 10 to 12.8 volts. They were bad. You guys will see it. I ended up using a set of 701 Power Hobbies, and they're actually okay. Yes, I ran a little bit. It'll take me a couple hours to recover. Anyway, these are the rails right here. The silver is really nice, by the way. Really nice. The red ones are horrible. So, the difference here between a V1 and V2, do you see these holes right here? They are now vertical, as where the V1 had them angled, and it was a little bit more of a pain to get your mount set correctly, okay? And I moved this up a little bit, so you can have a shock that's 5 millimeters taller than what you could have had before. So that was a big deal there. I added another hole over here, just to allow you, in case you have some crazy setup, you can actually move the skid around on it. In case you got a custom build. I added a hole back here just for if you want to lay your shocks. Like if you have a tall shock, you can actually use these for your shocks or these for your shocks. You can put all those in your shocks. Here are your rear upper link mounts. Now, if you want a lot of angularity, you can actually take your top links and put them here, which will actually be your skid bolts can actually hold them into place down here. So your top links can go anywhere in this area right here, believe it or not. So defibrillator on standby. Too late. So should have used it. RF. No, Justin. So how good's the Guillemot? Dude, the Guillemot is really good. I've got a video of a green one of those I've got to show you. My issue is I need the axles. I've already contacted Axle. I need a short side front axle, which apparently is what everybody's breaking on the things. Reefs are expensive. Even at my price. I'm kind of I'm a Reefs dealer, but kind of sometimes we get set up on deals as influencer deals or unofficial team drivers. So it makes things easier for us to get and actually show. It's just kind of the way it goes. Some of my deals are I can purchase for me, but I cannot resell. Some of them are you purchase, you do what you want with it, sell it all you want. So it just kind of depends on the manufacturer and the deal that we have with them. Awesome, Jeff. I'll get you sent out tomorrow. If you ordered parts and pieces, I got them all back there. I hate to hear that, Keith. I wish you the best, buddy. We're going to put everything off my axle Helimon onto. No, Lenny, not yet. I am looking at trying to fit, because it'll take a whole new skid. I'm looking at a way to put a skid in here that you can actually fit the Helimon. When I do that, it'll be a F250, the J Concepts F250 tuck body, because it's a long wheelbase body. I think that'll be good. But I mean, I could do it right now, but I still have a broke axle. It's not like I could take it for a drive. Well, Pat, I got a lot of Reefs. I got a lot of Reef servos, man. Raminator shocks are monsters compared to anything SCX6. That's a big difference. I don't think that's going to work at all for you. You can raise up that front axle. I've done 3 or 4 already. Braze up that front. Oh, as far as I haven't even taken my axle apart. Is it just the flats going in there, or are there splines on it or something? Because it spun off just like a Dana 44. You know how the stock axles are? They have that little neck down area for some stupid reason. It just spun off right there. Good. Are there any negatives to LP servos? The LP servos, as awesome as they are, they fit everything. They're nice and quick. They don't have the duty cycle. Like a larger servo, it's like there's no replacement for displacement. You know that old saying. So if you can fit a physically larger servo in there, fit it. So other than that, the LPs do work pretty good. Craig's, what's up? The driver mod video? Yeah, buddy. All I did was slow down. I might sell you a set of Helimon axles, but I decided to turn into a bouncer and put rift axles in it. There's no need to. Just keep your rift a rift. Keep the Helimon a Helimon. I saw Nitro Pimp when you did that video. I've got a bunch of 450 CST, which is about 50 weight oil on the way, and you use 90 weight. Did it absorb? Did you get? I haven't seen the video of you driving. I saw the video of you like putting the shocks together and all that. Yes. I actually I drove the big bouncer today. Don't you pimp. Bigger booty is always better. Science. Yeah, but there's a limit to that, Pat House. Duty. Was that at Delray? Yes. When will your Proco Deluxe irons be back in Deluxe irons? Proco for Deluxe iron rocks? I just sold a set of you're talking about the 4.75 for the Deluxe wheels? I just sold a set of those. Let me see here. I always pick the wrong thing here. All right, so that's for the loaded dice. Yeah, Pro Code Deluxe Iron Rocks, only for loaded dice wheel inserts. I've got 31 of those available. They look like they'll be okay. Or are you talking about just a regular deluxe? Deluxe, weighted cheat code deluxe. Cheat codes, trail codes, pro code. Oh, wow, they do show 0. Hang on, hold on a second. I'm going to fix that. I'm going to add about 20 of these because as long as I've got filament, I've got them in stock. Okay, deluxe pro codes for regular wheels and tires are back. I'm glad you mentioned that. I just put like 21 in stock for you. Should probably go down here. I don't get notifications when things run out on the website for some reason. Okay, I need to see your video because I'm doing 450 CST. At least that's what I order, like a bunch of it. The Eclipse C group. I guess that's where mine broke, yeah. Now, I do know that Arthur at Vidavon has a Helomon. So, and he asked me what it needs. I said, axle shafts and drive shafts. Overdrive. So I have a Wraith 1.9 and the stock diff in the front is 30-tooth, 8-tooth. Exhaust is 27, 8-tooth. Is that a good amount? Well, it's about all you're going to get. I know there is, I found it on Amazon. It was a 24/8. So it's a lot of overdrive, more than what you got there. But what you can do the 27/8 in the front and then do the 33/8 in the rear. This way you get a faster front and a slower rear axle. I've done that before. Keith, I'm not sure about the LMT 2.0. I don't know. I'm hoping I'm on the list to get one of those to show you guys, but I haven't heard anything about it. Trail drive with it. You can trail drive with it, but the more overdrive you put on it, the more of a rolling drag you're going to have. I mean, it's just kind of the way it happens. Well, I just added them back, Brute Welding. I just added a bunch of them back to it. .2 Pro Codes work 7.5 TUS B locks. Yeah. The 2.2 Pro Codes, I mean, you're going to have the sidewall ridge and all that, but the foam makes up the rest of it. So they're really versatile as far as like what they can fit and what they want. Yeah, but there's still a lot of fluid got to go through those 4 shocks. Now you have the reservoirs, right? I don't have the reservoirs. So a little bit different setup there. Yours, I think the reservoirs on yours really helps yours out a lot as far as travel goes, as far as like the fluid dynamics, as where I don't have the fluid dynamics that you do. I have 4 P1Ss, and yeah, I really like them. I mean, I've got 4 of them at like $650, $700 a piece. So yeah, you kind of gotta like them things. My Creality, I did a printed insert with TPU on the P1S, and honestly, it wasn't good enough for me to, because I wanted to get the A1 minis and have them just for inserts, but it wasn't any better than what the old Ender 3 SEs were. So it just didn't have it. Do you think low profile tires on 2.2 wheels are going to be the new thing? In a way, yes, Brad. In a way, yes, because inherently there's less side roll. Now, if you want your tires to really absorb the rocks, then just like with a low profile tire on a car, it's going to ride rougher than a high profile tire car. A high profile tire on your car is going to have a little more sway because the tread is going to move on the wheels. The same thing with the RCs. Same exact thing. I do not know of a cheap dig unit for the Wraith 1.9. Just swap the caps. Futaba. I haven't messed with Ot6 in a while. So I haven't messed with that in quite a while, actually. Well, that looks pretty cool. If that does happen by Traxxas, Andy, that's actually going to be interesting to see. It looks cool, though. Now, the cheap 3 gear, it might work. It's like 65 bucks on Amazon. I've got quite a few of them. The best transmission for a capper, in my opinion, man, I tell you what, do they have the newest version capper has a much better transmission in it. Are those available separately yet? If not, you'll need, I believe it's a Vader skid, and then you can put basically any 3 gear you want in there, and that'll really bring it down. The 24/8, that will get you. Yep, you did, Nitro. Any 3 gear will fit a 1.9. With the right skid, Clayton, you got to change that skid out. A VFD and a Capra. I don't know why is a VFD swap into stuff so awesome. To me, they're heavy, bulky, and just overcomplicated, which is why I didn't even consider anything like that for an Executioner. I do have displays, which I'll have these when I get to I'll be able to have my chassis like this at like Beat the Creek. I'll have chassis with skids in them. I'll be able to set them like this out there on display. Should be pretty cool little display. All right, there's a 4-hole front skid in it. I'm not sure. All right, so let me see. What have I got? I've got the videos to do for the X-Max. I've got the Ram Bouncer. I've got the Sprint video to finish up. I've got 2 other projects to get done as well. The new stand for the Executioner, I don't have any of them in here, but they actually cup the skid nice and smooth. Let me see. I don't have the. I'm looking for some tools. I got most of my tools and stuff out there now. You see. Oh, I got a 2mm right here. Take this. Put this. See if I can put one of these together real quick. You got the OD trans. Time to. Oh, you got the OD trans. Did you get? You got your Vanquish VFD transmission dig unit. I wish I did have one, B-Red, but no, I do not have one. Sorry. Get this. Oh, gotta move it. What I mean by it's a hard press, which means it's got tabs. You got to press them together. You can do it. You just got to eat your Wheaties and you'll be fine. What event am I going to next? The very next one is actually going to be in Georgia. It's going to be around Milledgeville, Georgia, is where I'll be for that one. When that one gets done, then I think my next event is going to be Ark Park. Ark Park is going to be my event to go to after that. Ooh, got 3 of them big old Vanquish Dig units. Why do I want it to revolve? It doesn't need to be. Do I have an Executioner RTR yet? I am currently building an RTR for a guy. So do I have it like available yet by pre-order or by order? Yes, I can do a RTR Executioner. Yes, I can. So when I'm at Beat the Creek, I got a blue and a silver on here. It'll sit like this right here. I'll put some of the stuff inside of it and all that. Oh, I didn't even have it aligned right. But anyway, I'll put some stuff inside of it so you can see it. I might even put a transmission in there. Don't know. We'll see though. Build it yourself. Gimp. Uh-huh. Get this set correctly here. I want to build an Executioner. What axles do I need? I have a fly. You have a fly? Well, if you have a fly problem, smack that thing. What do you mean you have a fly? I want to build an Executioner. Are the Muse axles back in stock yet? They are soon to be back in stock. Soon to be. When I released the chassis and was showing everything on there, apparently I created a intergalactic back order on them things. So with that in mind, they are still trying to catch up. There we go. Now it's correct. Yeah. So these will be my displays. Now I have a little battery powered turntable thing. I could get more of them and have them turning all which away and all that stuff. I could get 3 more of them and actually put the stand for the truck and have that rotating. I've got another table to go on top of the table to where I can have all these up here. So that should be pretty cool. And also for Beat the Creek, I have sent 2 Executioners, the kits and all that, for the giveaway. So, yep, part of my sponsor package for Beat the Creek was 2 Executioners. You have a full cart with the parts. What do you need to build it aside? Build one aside. If you've got if you got all this in your cart right now, do you have a transmission? The transmission, I mean, you can spend a bunch of money, or you can, hang on a second here. Maybe I can find one for you. Maybe I can get this posted here. I really like this transmission right here. I really do. Let me see here. I'm looking for some that are in stock. Saturday, March. Yes, this one right here. Let's see if I can post this link for you guys. If I can post this link here, then it will be pretty good. I don't know if that's going to post. Ah, that is a clickable link. I do recommend, I mean, that's the cheapest transmission you're going to get. What remote am I throwing in with the RTR Executioner? Well, it will come with, well, first of all, I'm calling these things turnkey. The reason I'm calling them turnkey is because the term doesn't fit, but it'll get people's attention. So turnkey executioners. All right. Now, they will come with a GT5. If you request a different radio, you will have to take care of the difference of that radio. Simple as that. How did the executioners do at Beat the Creek? Buddy, the executioners didn't exist at that point. They weren't even around last year. So, in fact, they didn't even exist when I did the meet and greet in December at Cherokee Rock Village. They just simply weren't around at that point. Can I put all the parts you need to build an executioner in a box and put a part number on? So you want like an entire executioner full RTR builder's kit? That's actually a good idea. That's actually a pretty decent idea. I'll have to think about that. That is actually a pretty decent idea. Probably won't be cheap though. I don't know. Let me think about that a little bit. That is actually a pretty good idea. You're going to be the first executioner up the creek. Well, hey, take your paddle. If not, you're going to be up the creek without a paddle. Oh, at the last event, dude, I never even drove it. Never even got to drive it. And the Exo Bouncer went up the big hill 4 times or 5 times and then went up the rough side. Yeah, see, Brian, there's all kinds of different ways to do it. I mean, if I was to put a kit together, which really is interesting to me, you know? I mean, like, would you guys want a stage killer body with it? Like I like on mine, or no body? Or would you want me to just not include a radio? Or, but the axles are going to be the problem. Unless I can get some more Mias axles in to include those. So RC Builder Online, so you're talking about like a raw builder's kit, basically. Axles, links, shocks, transmission, axles, links, shocks, transmission, all the print stuff. Jeff Laska, have I sold any on the West Coast? Buddy, they're on the other side of the planet. These things are in multiple countries at this point, believe me. So they're a lot further than the West Coast, buddy. France, the UK's probably got about 4 or 5, I think, at this point. So they're sitting over there. Builder's kit, man. See, I just got in 4 transmissions, and I just placed my Reese order too. But then again, no electronics. I need axle housings. I need axles. I got to order more shocks because you guys, the shocks I'm using are the deluxe shocks. And which I've actually, when this comes in, I've actually ordered the 105 millimeter shocks, the taller ones, because I want to see if I can use these top holes with a longer shock and get that front end to work a little bit better. So that's kind of what I'm wondering. Where am I going to get transmissions from a supplier? Well, see, that's the thing, Pat. I definitely want to, if I'm going to be doing that kind of stuff, that kind of volume, then I've got to get with the manufacturers, because if I'm paying retail and I'm charging you retail the same price I'm paying for it, plus the shipping, then as a business, that's a loss. Breaking even is a loss. So, there's got to be a markup in there. I mean, that's just the way business works. Some people don't like hearing that. They think that businesses should just give everything away, but that's not how business stays in business. You know, it's just not. Ooh, look at that. I could do a 3-rail transmission, 3-rail truck. That would not work at all. I can do it. If I get my links for the VRDs, which I've got new top links coming from the rear. I've got the front links, all that for the VRD axles. Mystery body kit. All right, as far as the kit, one light extracted that, one light F10 axles, yes, axles. See, the one I'm building for this other customer, because I'm actually selling a full turnkey truck. It's got the Mias axles on it, the OD3 transmission off of Amazon. So it's got all that. GT5, he has to get his own batteries because I'm not shipping lipos, and they're dirt cheap off Amazon anyway. But the cost on this, which I think is a little high, but I've got to build everything. And then for some reason, he wants me to drive it out here. And I'm like, dude, I'm building you this RTR or turnkey, $1,500. Okay, yeah, $1,500. I'm building this Turnkey Executioner, and you want me to scratch it? I'm like, if I'm building you a truck for $1,500, I feel you should be the first one to scratch it, not me. Be red, leave the games. Nitro Pimp. Are you wanting a turnkey Nitro Pimp, or do you want a kit? Yeah, the 105s with offset caps. That's exactly what I've got on the way, because I really want to see. I mean, I've been running the 92s with offset caps. So I'm kind of hoping I can get into these right here and make that work, you know? But it's just something I really need to try, though. Yeah, true. I mean, let's just say, for a crazy example, I'm not promising anything, okay? But let's just say that I knew of a location to where I could get another set of Mias axles. Let's just say I know of a location of a front and rear Mias axle, which means when I get my order from A-Main in, I'll have the fusions, I have the transmissions already, I've got all the links, I've got everything I need, except for I got to order the shocks. I order more shocks for this, but I really want to try these 105s before I go through with it. But let's just say I could do another one at $1,500 RTR with the radio. would anybody want to get on that one? Pat House, it is really easy to get close to $2,000 on a comp truck. It absolutely is. With the RTRs that or with the turnkeys that I'm going to be producing, okay, there are some things that you have to do to these, like the top links, okay? The top links, like this right here. When you go into the top of that axle housing, there's a rub right here, okay? So that has to be shaved down. The knuckles have to be shaved down. And the things need to be, the tie rod needs to be adjusted. So there are a few little tricks that I will be doing on here. So it's just kind of one of those things. Nitro Pimp. Buddy, let me tell you right now, in my shop out there, I've got number 97 Gravedigger, never been powered up, and I'm doing the Johnny Crash electric conversion with the Max 4 560 kV motor, all that, okay? That is there, okay? I've got to finish that conversion up. That will be for sale soon. It's not my truck, it's Al's truck. So, and I've got to see what he wants out of it. But the truck has never been actually powered up. Number 97, and he does have the signed plaque and everything to go with it, okay? I have the V1 bouncer out there, the orange one, that has never been on dirt. So it's been powered up to verify operation on my table, actually in here. So I've had that one. And then I've got another raminator, which has, I forget what it was, like the old hot rod rat looking wrap on it. I forget what it's actually called. So I've got that one in there, and then I've got mine. So in my shop right now, there are 3 raminators and 2 ram bouncers in my shop. And I don't really have room for it all. Triple backflip. Absolutely. All you need is all the height. If you get the height, you put this 12S system on there with the fast gears, and you send it off the Grand Canyon, you can get at least 3 backflips before it hits the ground. Eventually, I'm going to have a bigger shop. Eventually, it's going to happen. But I need to get these things put together so I can get them out. So I could get them sold for this buddy, this friend of mine. What was the mod you have to do to get more steering? You have to just trim the knuckles a little bit. Trim the knuckles, the tabs on them, the steering stops, and then bump the tie rod out. Just kind of give it a little bit of a bend. Just a little bit. It doesn't take a lot, but just a little bit. Yeah, you can fit TRX4 shocks on it. I just prefer the Deluxe because of that offset cap. Now, with the V2 rails, which are available on the website, I don't think you're going to need the offset cap. And if you're going to be using, let me see. One of the benefits for the V2 caps is it moves the shock, because I run them upside down. It gets the shock out of the way to get that turn. So it's kind of a benefit that you can use there. Jeff Lasco, buddy, it has not been a retirement, but I can honestly say I love what I'm doing. Which transmissions fit the Executioner? I have skids for the Reefs transmission, the OD3 transmission, the Deluxe Portal transmission, the Hotline Performance transmission, the Dig transmission, and the UGRC Hood transmission. So there's 5 transmissions that will fit it. I have the skids all right over there behind me. So those are what can go into the Executioner. Yeah, hopefully I'll get these out. I'm missing the son of a digger and standard mud truck. 111K grave digger is enough. They get expensive really fast. I know all about that. If you need more room, I can take Thor off your hands. I might bring Thor up to Axial Fest just so you can, well, you'll actually see it here before we go to Axial Fest. So Clayton wants to come down. Well, we talked about this last time. He wants to come all the way down to Florida and then turn right. Clayton, I think this is what we got to do. We got to get you down here, okay? Well, Nitro, I got some Rams out there. I think we need to get you down here, at least for a couple days. Let you mess around, Exoplex, all that. Then we need to take off and go up to Cherokee Rock Village, okay? Get up to there, spend a day or two there, and from that point, you take off and you're going to Axial Fest and all that in Attica, as where I will leave from there and I will go spend some time with my family before I take off for Attica. That way we can at least get you Exoplex and there and then Attica. That's a long drive, buddy. So yeah, I guess if we figure out a schedule for that, I've also got to make sure that I try to take care of as many orders as I can, all that, because got to make sure that I got to get everything taken care of on that. Sometimes orders, man, they can get backed up pretty bad when I'm away for a couple of days. You got your campsite booked for Monday. Well, if you're going to be there Monday, see, I'm looking at, I probably won't be there till Thursday. It's Robin's birthday, Nitro Pimp. Hey, Robin, happy birthday. I hope it's the best one ever. Happy birthday. Yes, if I shipped out any rails and all, they were going to be the V2 rails. Yes, sir. Yeah, there are no more V1 rails. I have discontinued the printed rails as well, so all I have are the V2s. Do I still have my Fireteam 6S? No, sir, I'll let that one go. Do not have that one. So, anyway, hopefully everybody's doing okay now. Oh, man. Yeah, Marcus, I see your message. No live? Nope. Will that big ramp be fixed when I'm up there? What I was looking at for that big ramp, what's up, Rich, is, you know that ramp that I built for Gromapalooza? It looks like with a little bit of modification, because the big ramp, the part that's messed up is that bottom. It's just rotted out, you know. This just kind of happens. So I got to yank that out of there. And I think with a little bit of a modification, I can take the other ramp and basically put right to it. It's going to be pretty close to a shot up that thing. I think I can make all that work, though, which is kind of crazy because I did not measure for any of that at all. I want to get the new Flash Guy radio compared to... I don't have any plans to get the new FlySky. I still have the new radio 12 channel from Mias that I haven't done anything with. I was supposed to make them a video about a week. Should I unplug it? If I unplug it, all right, I unplugged the phone. Is that any better? Really? I unplugged the charger and now it's working? Dude, I didn't do anything to it. This phone was about dead. Well, luckily you guys didn't hear what I just said, because it was worse than that deal, you know, a couple months ago when I plugged my phone up and I said somebody's last name and it really got a little bit crazy. Yeah. Let me see. I don't know why it was working perfectly fine up until that. I heard it was a leak. It was working again before you unplug. Okay, I don't know what the deal was. Yes, that incident, South Florida. Marcus. Yes, I don't need that kind of incident again. Turned out good right before you unplug. Well, I don't know how much juice is left in the phone. I mean, all my phones were dead, so I couldn't even use this one because it literally has 16% maybe left on it. And it would not have survived with the microphone. I have a 3S 650 CNHL and don't fit the XO battery tray. Oh, you need to get the, I haven't messed with a CNHL. I do have one. Okay, I do have one. It is a little bit wider, but sometimes you got to shave it to make it fit. This one right here is a special deal. I don't have a set of calipers here, but this one right here actually fits 853S. I mean, if you want to give this one a shot, sometimes you got to kind of shave a little bit right here depending on your pinion gear or transmission or something. I mean I do have this one. I wish I had some. I don't have any calipers handy here. Nope, I do not. If I had some calipers here, I'd be able to measure this and make sure. I know the 650s that I use in mine, these are the trays I made for you, Enlighten. That's the tray that I made for Enlighten with the 853S. But it doesn't fit right, so I haven't been, marketing it. It's just a little bit off. Yeah, really, it's not too much off. It's just a little bit. Brian, message me after the fact, after the video, and I can put some calipers on this. Now, on mine with the 650 tattoo batteries, which transmission do you have in yours, Enlighten? And do you have it all the way down flush? I think you and Charles have these, don't you? Okay, yeah, the Pro, I got you there. Reese with the Pro on mine. One hole up. So one hole up actually makes it clear. That's what I... Okay. Now, Brian, you got the Reese one on yours. I have the Reese transmission in the Sam truck. I can take it out, the 650 one I have in there, and try this one. So Charles is on here. So, Charles, which transmission do you have? Curious what Enlighten. I know they got the Pro. Enlighten and Charles, which transmissions are you using? And this is fitting fine in. The one you are. So you got the OD3, okay, and it fits fine. Oh, man. I guess Brian, message me after the live and see if I can get you fixed up, okay? This'll fit. I think it fits the 853S, and I believe it fits the 654S as well. So it fits both of those batteries. Yeah, them telling me what they've got it in, because I know they had it, but I just didn't know what their deal was as far as like transmissions and all that stuff. Man, to get this in here with the motor and get everything down low, there really isn't a lot of room to just move things over, and you need this room up here for your motor wires. So your receiver sits down here. You really don't have a lot of room to work for batteries and stuff like that. But if you want Overland, if you want to try this one, I mean, they're saying it fits everything perfectly fine for the 853S or the 654S. I believe that's what I measured out for. Let me put my email address. If you guys really want this, email me, and we'll work a deal on this. I know, but anyway, you have to type that in. It didn't show up as a link. But, buddy, Marcus, there is no room to run that big of a battery, not up front. You would have to put it like behind it, and then that would be like a trail battery. These trucks, they don't need that much battery. They really don't. I mean, they're built for competition, and I get 25, 30 minutes out of a 650. You know, I get plenty of time. As a matter of fact, when I make videos out there, I'm probably running for 20, 25 minutes, especially like this last one, because I was building course, I probably had 30 minutes runtime on one battery. You have room in that for a 1500. Where are you putting the 1500, Charles? Behind the transmission? I don't think you're getting a 1500 in here. The F10 drag skid is in my editor. No, you're not fitting a 1500 in this. No way. You're going to have to send me pictures of exactly what 1500 you're using if it's fitting in this. Yeah, chainsaw, I get tons of time out of a 650, man. I'll send Pickett's first gen. Need to see this, man, because I've never seen a 1500 that small. Now, I don't know if the batteries are just getting that much smaller this quick, because the batteries have got smaller with more capacity. I mean, they're going to evolve. Yes, Jeff Lasco. Yep, the wide open tray with the hotline and with a 2100 YJ revolver. Not sure what a YJ is, but at least I can show you guys the parts here. You know, like this is the 4S version for your Outrunner, and then this is the open tray. It's just simply an open area. So just simply open. Team driver in the yellow. Oh, Three Brothers RC. Yeah, those are pretty good. Electronics tray that's supposed to be there, and my 1500 Velcro on it, but the body is high. Right. Perfect. And Joe, that's also jamming it up in bad spots. The 650 is perfect. And Joe, that's also jam. Yeah. I mean, we drive them pretty good on these 650s, buddy. And Justin, you're correct. There's a lot of team drivers out there. It's really not worth the hassle to be a team driver for some of these places. Like, to be a team driver for me, I don't have anything to offer. I mean, I got a few little parts and pieces, but nothing major, you know. Late to the live. How did the weather treat you this past weekend? I ran through 2 650s on our trail run. 2 650s. How long were you driving, Travis? See, I agree, Justin. I agree. Now, just so you know, I do not have any servo requirements or chassis requirements, so you could actually run the lesser servos and be fine, okay? You'd be perfectly fine with those. I'm expecting a good response. Come on, Justin. Don't let me down. Come on, you NSD guy. 1.5 hours on 2 650s. Dude, that should be enough for any competition on the planet right there. Now, really? So you go to comps where if you're sponsored, they won't let you enter? Really? No, I did not, Dylan. I forgot all about the thing. I forgot all about it. Reese is like high-end Nike. Some of that price is for the name, but he gets his from a different manufacturer than what NSD does. The manufacturer of NSD has been contacting me, trying to get me to retail and sell his servos. So I'm like, I'm good on servos though, you know? I'm talking like the actual manufacturer, which is King Max, I think it is, that makes those servos. Thank you, Matt Day. I appreciate that. Now, Clayton, you would definitely want to pack some 650s with you in your pocket. Yes. Man, Dylan, I forgot all about it, man. I forgot all about it. Will, what's up? Lower comp series you can enter, but be penalized in trail class only. Really? Huh. well, the comps that I run, I don't care if you're sponsored. Now let's see what Charles sent me a picture. Okay, what in the... Okay. Was this a custom thing that... Oh, okay. You've got the, it looks like you've got, Charles, it looks like you've got, oh, see, I got low power mode on my phone now. Told you it's not going to last very long, but I got a little bit more. I don't know how to send pictures on YouTube. So you've got this right here in there, and you've put the, I'll show the picture. This is the way he's got his setup. He has this right here, and he has his receiver and ESC here, and he put the battery onto this side over here. So that's how Charles got this set up with his 1500. So I guess if you want to put a 1500 and you can fit this right here in there, then yeah, you can. So what are you running for motor? You got the, you got that. Man, that's crazy that you got all that to fit there. I guess I need to look at your truck a little bit more so I can get some better ideas. Because you got the SE in there with what looks like this skid, which is really kind of crazy. Now you do have a skid that was earlier than this design here. You got your motor turned over to the side or something to keep the wires out of the way? Is that how you made that fit? You must have the motor turned all the way over or something to get the wires out of the way, because if not, they're going to be up into that area. Show class as a novice class, they say. I just love to drive. That's why I run everything but C1s. Not too many finicky rules. Yeah, I'm not a C1 guy either. 850, who's better? Mike, it depends on which fanboy you're talking to as to which one is better. You expecting mine? It fits perfect. 25 minutes today. Pitt gave me some ideas now. I think Shift's RCG2 will be fine. The new Holmes motors without BEC. I think Holmes has a nice strong BEC built into his, doesn't he? I think he'd be all right with the shifts. See, Charles sent me another picture. Yeah, he's got his... It's going to be hard to see here. I'm going to try to take a screenshot and lighten that a little bit. Yeah, you got your motor clock, so your wires are off to the edge of the corner, which makes perfect sense. All right, let me get this right here. A little editing real quick. Hard to see it. So he's got his wires, his motor is clocked to where the wires are over here, not straight up like I run mine. So with that in mind, yeah, I apparently it fits fine right here, which is interesting. That's another thing that I didn't think of when I was putting these things together. Interesting. I'll have to try that. In the video, he said we needed one if we were running a servo higher than 6. Okay, so it's 8.4 volts should work pretty good. Oh, you guys are running local to me. That's what I like. I've had the 1/10 servo and it was pretty good. The best deal out there is the Dixie Land RC servo. That's the best deal, like 40 bucks. That thing's a monster for 40 bucks. I think a few weekends ago, or maybe a couple months. No, it was the weekend. It was a Tuesday after Gramapalooza that we were able to talk about Dixie Land's RC servo. Like 40 bucks worth that thing. That was awesome. Well, see, I know the NSD guy, he was blaming everybody other than his own servos. which, no, I don't go for that. Everyone dislikes the owner. He hasn't done a thing to me one way or the other, so I don't really want to talk in the fight. 2-1 at 7.4 volt, 5 amp. Okay, so the 5 amp can handle shift servos, dig servos, stuff like that. So if you're going to really put down the power, you will need that external BEC. Will that fit the tray for the Fusion Pro? Rob, you're wanting to put a Fusion 8 in a Executioner? That is a monster of a motor. I really think you're going to have a lot of fitment issues with that. The Dixie Land Servo, man, I mean, from what I can tell, the Dixie Land Servos are actually pretty good. I put them on my tester a few years ago, and man, it was like 35 kg. I forget what it was. They pulled over 500 ounces. They're not the fastest servo in the world, but they got plenty of power, and they seem like they're pretty good servos. I know it's not his real name. I know. What do I don't use them yet? I still got one in one of my trucks somewhere, the Dixie Land Servo. We got 18 minutes. I'm not sure how much battery power I've got left on this phone, but we're going to see if it makes it. 18 minutes. Yeah, I tell you what, man, I'm really surprised. I mean, if I wasn't chatting with Justin Noble while driving my tractor, I take my tractor and I put my diesel cans in the front of the bucket, and I go up and I fill up the tractor and all that when I need diesel and all that, because I don't want that in the back of my car. So yeah, I just drive the tractor up there. Nice leisure drive. Coming back, and all of a sudden, I was like, holy moly. It's today's Tuesday. We've had the decision. Keone, I run. Keone's on here? Oh, Keone's on here. I didn't even notice that was him. I run shift servos and never use the BEC on them. It really depends on what you're doing. It's like, if you're running a Rift, you don't need a BEC. LMTs, you're running where the vehicle's moving and all that, you really don't need a BEC on those. When you're really pushing a big servo and you're really getting into the nasty rocks, that's when you really need to look at a BEC. Now, with that said, I've had really good luck with the Fusion Pro on 7.4 volts. Now, also, with that said, you're not getting all the servo has. It's like my 900 servo that I have in my Executioner. That was a direct power, I believe it is. The 900 LP was a direct power. I was just running that on 3S. I went ahead and put a 900, which is the larger version, into there. That way it's, plug and play. But I'm only running it on 7.4, 7.5 out of the Fusion, and it's doing okay. If I put a Reef's Easy BEC at 8.4 volts, it'll be like a whole new servo, man. It really would be. I was trying to get a 4S motor for no Reef servos. There is no Hobby Wing that will do 4S. The only motor that will do 4S is just barely released, and that's the Holmes 2-in-1. Other than that, run your 1400s off of 3S until the time comes when you can get the 4S system in there. Yeah, the shifts are perfectly fine. The thing about the X-Max is, I mean, you can put $1,000 servo in there. Okay, you can put all the servo you want. If that bell crank is still giving, you're really not going to get any benefit from it. You're just not. It's going to, the bell crank is going to eliminate the power of the servo. It just does. All right, Max Paul, thank you. V3. I've got some Holmes Hobbies revolver motors here. When I go to the next event, which is, heck, I don't know. Well, I can't do it at that one. But probably at Art Park, I'm going to have some stuff there. Or I might save it. I don't know yet. But I'm going to have some stuff at Beat the Creek that will be priced to sell. So if you're going to Beat the Creek, I will have some items that don't move very well. You may need them, and they will be priced to sell. So you're going to want to come see me quick because they're going to get gone fast, especially at Beat the Creek. Peace, love, and chicken grease. I like that one. Tackle, what's up? The absolute best servo for an all aluminum mini LMT. Probably like the Raw 400. You need 2 stubby revolvers. I gotta go see. I might have them. I got one right here. Oh, this is the 10-pole 2500. I don't really care for the 10-pole motors. I have to verify it works. I had one of these that had an issue with the wires, though. I had one of these that had an issue with the wires. I don't know. I'm not sure if that one's it. But I know I've got some more revolvers. Joe, sell this guy my Losi. I don't have the Losi 2.0 anymore. I think Sean may have it. Brute Welding. Yes, I am married. And no, my wife does not care about RCs at all. The only vehicle that she's ever enjoyed driving was a Traxxas UDR. I gave her an X-Max, all that stuff, and doesn't care at all. The UDR is the only vehicle she's ever driven and actually enjoyed it for some reason. Do I have any MIP drive shafts? Nope. I just get the cheap ones off of Amazon, or if I have some Vidavon ones here, I'll use those. Oh, the little tent scale one? I still have that. I don't have the big 5th scale one, 6th scale one, yeah. I have no idea, but that might have been it because it was a really smooth running truck, you know? Hobby Park, man, I get most of my drive shafts off Amazon now. 20 bucks, cut the length, and you're done. You know, it's just where I typically get my drive shafts from. Marcus Landry. Don't you have a couple of my trucks already? You got the other one, which other one? There was another one I think you got from me. It was a Baja Ray of some kind. The Hammer Ray, that was it. Yeah. I think before I commit to selling my Baja Ray, I think I need to give it another drive. I've been looking at it. It's been calling my name here lately, but the track has been a little bit damp, so if it track dries out, maybe I'll be able to drive it. Decision on that, I run stock or Amazon ones. Yeah, I just get to cut the length ones, man, and call it a day. 10 minutes. The most expensive drive shafts I've ever run, though, I think are the Vidavon ones, to be honest with you. And even those are like, man, they fit good, they run well, but Amazon, man, I tell you, the cheap ones. And the drive shafts are like this long. You gotta cut them down a lot to make them fit. But for the fronts and all that, man, you cut them things down. Plus the small tube diameter or the small shaft diameter gets around the motors and makes better clearance and stuff. So yeah. Got parts and pieces all over this table. But this is kind of my shipping table now. Would you recommend Vidavon drive shafts? Whether you recommend the Vidavon? Well, of course. Of course I would recommend Vidavon drive shafts. I mean, yeah. Man, all my phones are about to die. Everything is in the red right now. MIP shafts have failed you brushed. One thing about the MIPs I noticed is that when they had that set screw, it locked that pin in place. Well, that pin is actually supposed to rotate as the CVD moves. So, kind of a little bit of a flaw in the design, in my opinion. Dude, I've got some Exo.US drive shafts, the titanium ones, and yeah, they're nice drive shafts. They really are. But I don't think I have anything here that can stress them enough to actually need that. So, let me see. I'm not even going to respond, Clayton. All right, so here we are. We got 9 minutes. Are you guys going to keep me busy for 9 minutes, or are we going to call it quits? Because when I do these lives, it's all about you. I, generally speaking, never build anything while I'm doing a live because I want to concentrate on what you guys got going on. I could just do it like this. Auction? I have nothing to auction. I have nothing to auction off right now. Shark bait? Sharknado, maybe. I use a Dremel. I just Dremel them things right off. Generally, when I do that, I don't have it here, I'll put the end of the drive shaft, or the drive shaft, into a drill, and I'll spin it with the drill, and then take the Dremel and put on. Basically, I'm making a lathe out of it. So I'm making a lathe, and then I'm Dremeling it off. This gets a good smooth cut on there. Okay, chainsaw. Yeah, they're in the other room over there. I'll go find them. I probably have some motors I haven't used in a while. I tell you what I want to get, though. I'm on the order for one. The new 2400 5690 with a Max 5. Yeah, buddy. I'm going to get that thing. That and an X-Max. You figure we're running the 1250s in an X-Max right now, and they're wild. 2400. That's over 74,000 RPM. I don't know what kind of windings they've got to keep those rotors together, because that's a lot of RPM and a lot of inertia and just centrifugal force trying to blow things apart. Jado 4S RC, buddy, it's just a backslash. It's another version of a slash. Maybe they adjusted something, beefed it up. I hope so. But if it's just the same stock slash stuff, you put that on a track and you run against the low C's, you run against the technos, it's just going to give you nothing but problems, and you're not going to be able to keep up at all. But yeah, 2400 kV. So far I've killed every 1650 motor I've ever run on 8S. And now 2400 on 8S, that's going to be a lot of amps to pull that motor as well. That's going to be a big deal. All about rails and battery tray in a bit. Okay. It's not innovative with the Jado. It's just there. Yeah, I mean, when I heard that they were releasing an e-buggy, I was excited, man. I was like, yeah, let's do this. And then I saw it. I'm like, oh well. No big deal. I get that Max 5 was on my trail on my Vigilant. Man, I tell you what, dude, 2400 RPM. I know I'm at 10% on this battery. 2400 RPM, 2400 kV. Dude, that's going to be a lot of amps, which is why they paired it with the Max 5 versus the Max 6. So, and the crazy thing is the Max 5 can do 12S. Now you figure at 4 volts per cell, okay? Oh, God dang, get out of that. All right. Figure at 4 volts per cell. 4 times 12 will be 48 volts times 2400 kV. That's going to blow some stuff up because ideal conditions, the motor gets to full rev. It looks like about 115,000 RPM. That's going to blow the rotor to pieces. So I mean 8S, if you figure, I figure 4 volts to make it an even number. Plus once you load them, they come down. They don't hold 4.2 volts all throughout the run. They don't. Under load, they're not there. So times 8, we got 32 times 2400. 32 times 2400. You're looking at 76,000 RPM. That is ridiculous on 8S for that 2400. 1650 times 32. That was only 53,000 RPM. And they never held up. Well, they would take it, but not for long. And I think over there I've got 2 rotors that are quite literally in pieces, but the magnets were good. So I kept them to kind of magnet stuff up. I have heard about Strickland RC Park in Daytona. I think it's made of adamantium as well, Pat. Dude, the CNC gears for the Vigilante are nice, aren't they? 120,000 RPM. The thing about the 120,000 RPM, though, the rotor, if the rotor is, you know, relatively small diameter, man, you can spin the heck out of them things. But you start talking something larger, that's just so much just trying to come apart. And then you got the weight of the neodymium magnets and all that stuff. That's a lot of mass in there, a lot of inertia. You know, Two Locos, I've not had an issue with it. I got a memo from Arma about that, as far as like when somebody brings up like the low voltage cutoff. Basically, if your ESC is sensing LVC voltage levels for 2 seconds or more, it'll give you the LVC, which that's kind of what it's supposed to do. But sometimes it feels like they're a little bit too quick to engage, if that makes any sense. It's like you're thinking, it's like the battery is not dead, but it thinks it is. And when it thinks it is, that's under load. You're holding full throttle, ripping donuts or something. You're dragging that system down. You're putting maximum amps on that battery and all that. And that's when it's going to sense that you're in low voltage cutoff, and then it's going to shut it down. That's a protection feature, you know. The pinion. Dude, when you put this 2400 in the X-Max, you're going to need to gear it as low as you possibly can. As low and slow as you can. And it's going to rip everything apart, I think. Because you put that small pinion gear on there to gear it down, you're increasing the torque through the gear ratio to the transmission to everything a lot more so than, you know, running a giant pinion on an 800 kV motor. This gear ratio its leverages and all that stuff is a big deal. Now, one thing I'm wondering is, how are they going to keep it cool? Or are we going to need a whole bunch of hyperflow fans and heat sinks on these things to try to get it? You know? Oh yeah, it's going to be insane. It really is. But guys, it is 9 o'clock. We're going to wrap this up. I got to get all my phones on charge. 25 long count TP motor. TP Motors does make motors. I've got a 2200 kV TP motor. It's good for 8S. That thing is phenomenal, but it's a small diameter. This is a 56 millimeter motor. It's got a large rotor in this thing. So that's a lot of mass, a lot of rotational centripetal type force in this thing. So, but regardless of all that, you guys have a good day and enlighten. I'm going to send you a message. I heard about that new track over there. We may have a track here for indoor oval racing, indoor in the AC in the summertime. That's going to be the place to be. Anyway, guys, catch y'all later. Have a good day. At least I can turn it off right here like I used to, right? See the voltage and current sense. It does not get a false cut. All right, guys. Catch y'all later.